Most people's voices are never heard by their politicians. We want that to change. And here's how.
Every year, their voices recorded. Doing this all voluntarily.
3K that we've already invested in this. Everyone you've seen in this already. Pinch, Mady.
We've gotten a little off track. Let's go back to the main point of the video.
A lot of movements are building towards a US government that cares more for each of our issues and our well-being. They're all strengthening US democracy, making it easier for us to influence our representatives. But there's another problem that's managed to go pretty much unnoticed. How representative can our democracy really be when your politicians only reach out to you during election time once every 4 years? Probably not very representative. Well, with a podcast for politicians, your politicians can be listening to your community struggles and stories today. But first, let's break down the problem. Every 2, 4, 6 years we vote. And we know it's election time because candidates do everything to reach out to the people before elections. They knock our doors, put up signs, and volunteers swarm the streets to get people to vote. Then the day comes you vote, and a new person is elected. And over the next 4 years, you've got problems you hope your new representative will work on. College debt, loans, rents, citizenship justice, data privacy, insurance, health, business, job security, retirement, transportation, kids' education, and the pothole that you slowly drive over to not bust your car. So 4 years pass, and there are your candidates again. Some probably your current representatives knocking your door to ask you to vote. But what about those problems you had? In those 4 years, you likely didn't speak once with your rep about the issues that concern you. And those are the years where reps have the most power to change things. Most people don't talk with their representatives in any given year, meaning most of our problems are probably never communicated to your elected officials. And sure, we can take the time to reach out to them, but only a small amount of us actually do. And even then, our emails and our phone calls often don't reach our representatives' eyes and ears. And hearing our voices, the stories, the tone, and emotions are often what we need to have our issues taken to heart.
So what if, instead of every 4 years during their campaign season, politicians heard your stories and struggles year round? Imagine you're at home, you answer a knock on the door, and you hear...
Hello. Hi, my name's Deanna, and I am working with your state representative. We're going around the community today to learn what issues you're facing and what issues you'd like your representative to work on.
Today, democracy ends at the ballot box. But also today, democracy could be a relationship between constituents and their politicians. If we had our representatives and their staff reaching out to us every day like they do when they're campaigning, we could have a government closer to the people that cares more for our issues and our well-being. We don't have to rely on slow legislation to fix that problem. Now, one issue is if representatives had the time to regularly knock on our doors and stop us in front of the grocery store or downtown, they probably would have already. There's just so much they're already committed to. But if we, the people, even just a few of us, work with our representatives to reach out and listen, your voice can be shared directly with those officials. Our concerns, our struggles can be recorded, with consent of course, and podcasted to your representatives to bring the emotional impact that a person's voice carries right to their ears. In District 20 of Maryland, we've already begun canvassing and podcasting, and here's exactly what we do.
Number 1. A community canvasser partners with state and local representatives, knocks on every door, and I mean every door, and talks to people in public spaces to listen to people's struggles and stories wherever people are found. Number 2.
We had that community canvasser record what the people they speak to say, with their consent, and produce a weekly hour-long podcast out of their stories for their state and local representatives.
Number 3. And so that representatives can respond to all people's problems, we offer to help them record their own response back, accessible to everyone through YouTube or any podcast site. And finally, number 4.
Since canvassers listen to so many people's problems, they offer to connect people with local nonprofit and government services that can help when their problems are way too urgent to wait for new laws to pass.
So we're currently trying to raise $40,000 for our startup costs. Right now, we are totally, we are doing this all volunteer. We have $3K that we've already invested in this. Everyone you've seen in this already, Pinch, Mady, Deanna, have all done this for free and volunteered on their time. With $40,000, we would be able to start this operation full-time, knock doors, help people out at their doorsteps day by day. We can have door-to-door democracy today, but we need your help to start up. If you're looking for regular updates, you can check out our YouTube channel. We'll be posting regular content helping thousands of people every year, listening to their voices, recording them, and bringing it to their representatives. With $40,000, we'll be able to have a full-time canvasser, all the equipment necessary to record and podcast, and on top of that, we'll be able to fund our development operation to raise more money and make sure that we can have door-to-door democracy today, and we don't have to wait for slow legislation to fix that. Please help. Please.